Bum, 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 ba-dum. Viewers, you're not going to believe it. It's happened on the intro. This is a big day. This is a very big day. Viewers, let me take you on a journey of transfer excellence. How you doing? Welcome back to a new season. A season that's already kicked off. We've played 2 games, a winning against Derby and a draw against Norwich. But that's not where the story lies. We've had a transfer window and we're still ongoing, actually. We've still got 30 million to spend, so it might get spent, but we have a bit of a foreign player issue. Let's take a look then at some of the outs before we go through some of the ins. So last season we finished second and Jakob played not really enough of a part. Like it's a very strange transfer because we bought him for 8.5 million. We always knew he was going to be sold. That's kind of why he was brought in. We got 21 million pounds for him, 9 goals, 7 assists. I think we've got enough behind. Like Randrup has sort of taken that right-sided spot and been really good in it. I think it'd be good for Villa. Like again, 16 starts, 9 goals, 7 assists. It's very good. And 21 million is probably less than I would have wanted. I think I was looking for around 35, wasn't getting it. It's one of those things, right? But so Jakob leaves us. It's a shame. He's a good player, but I think we can live without him. Next on the outs, we have Thorben Walk, who has left us as well. It was one of those sort of too good to turn down offers, really. He came in last season as sort of the backup left-sided player. Similarly, bought from Dortmund like Jakob. 8.5 million we bought him for. 15 million sold on the next year. I think it's a good flip of a transfer, and yeah, I'm happy with it. The next one's a bit sad because he's got a hip injury now. He's out for 3 months. That's disappointing for him. I feel like he was a bit of a cult hero. Dominic Doles is going to leave us now, but I think his contribution should be recognised, right? Not an overly fantastic performer. You look at what he did in Austria, he never really quite lived up to the 7.3, 7.6 hype that he had there, but definitely contributed to the side. It's sad to see him go because he was sort of my get out of jail free card. If things weren't going well, I'd bring in Dominic Doles and very often magic would happen. So yeah, he leaves us as well. The fee, pretty good. £10 million, again, doubling what we paid for him, and that's sort of the model we have to continue with. He's gone back to the Championship, where I actually think he'll be really good, but that hip injury could be a problem for him. Oscar Venturi. Now, a man we had on loan that we eventually signed for £4 million, and what do you know, viewers? We've doubled it again. 8 million off to Qatar he goes. A decent right-sided player, but ultimately, he was one of the victims of the fact that you can only have 17 foreign players, and I was capping out a little bit. We've made a lot of ins. Venturi is gone. Other outs can include Stephen Steele. He's left us again, 3.3 million. Guess what? We doubled it again, £7 million. There's a theme here, isn't there, viewers? Not with this one, though. Franco Pizarro bought him for 1.8 million and sold him for half. He was the backup right back, so it's difficult to get interested in a player that isn't really he's not playing. No one's seen him for ages. I actually think he's pretty good. Sort of just like his standard right back. I think he's very solid. So yeah, I liked him. I thought he was going to be better than this, and it never really came to be. So Pizarro, see you later, mate. There were lots of other outs, but the final one to mention, Anthony Maggle has left us as well. This is one of the players that we once got a bid of £16 million from Fulham, and he turned down the contract while we were a Championship side all the way back then. Of course, a few years in the Premier League. I think he'll be great back in the Championship for Bristol Rovers. But yeah, got him on a free, sold him for a little bit of money at the end, probably the amount he made via his contract. But yeah, again, a decent left back, similar to Pizarro, really, like Championship level, a very solid player. Should be said on the release list as well, Petrick and Capes. Capes was the goalkeeper. Petrick was that central midfielder that we never really played. Derek Burns has left us as well as a backup goalkeeper. He's gone to Crewe. Michael McGregor, who, this is a bit of a strange one, really. Again, has left us on a free transfer, bought him for 3.4 million. We basically outgrew him quicker than I thought. Finishing second in the league, this is not a man that necessarily plays at that level. The technical ability just isn't there. So that's the outs, right? And before we go through the ins, I'm going to sort of mishmash a lot. No, forget it. We'll go straight to the ins. There's some moves have been made, viewers. Here we go. This is a transfer bonanza. Things have happened. All right, if you've got an eagle eye amongst you, you will have seen on the team news that a big addition has been made. Joseph Fabot has joined Thames. I should have opened with it, and I'll be honest, the title and the thumbnail probably gave it away. And I've made you wait this long. I'm sorry about that, viewers. We've got him. He won't play against Thames today in today's episode, but because he's got a little injury. But so far, he's played a game, he's scored a goal, and my word, is he fun to watch play as well. He's got this like. You've seen them. Some players of Football Manager are just better, and he's just better. It's quite the signing for an AFC Thames side that once upon a time spent X amount of years in the Vanarama National. And now, well, look at the state of this. What on earth? 22 years of age. It's one of the worst. It's one of the, I'm not sure I've ever constructed a worse transfer in my life. So let's talk through the details before we show the ensemble cast that will help Abo turn Thames into a Premier League winning side. Maybe not yet. So it's a £90 million bid, rising to potentially 100 million. It's 50 up front with 40, and then a 10 million add-on once he's played 50 games. The contract, well, it's kind of blown everything else out of the water, but for this kind of player, that's probably fair enough. 92 grand per appearance, 92,000 on the assist as well. He's got a £120 million release fee, with a sell-on fee percentage of 15%. The problem with that is, so the 15% of the sell-on fee, which is 120 million, goes to him. 50% goes to Norwich. They weren't accepting anything lower. It's the only way I could get him. So already, it's not going great, is it? Which means that if we were to sell him, we'd get £42 million for a player. Once again, I've bought for, again, one of the most poorly constructed transfers of all time. So, and I'm happy to admit that. But look at the state of him. He plays for me now. And if a team wants him, there's still 120 million floating around. So, I mean, it's not the worst. It's pretty bad. All right, it's pretty bad. We've got loads of money in the bank. Don't worry about it. I'm a bit worried about it. In terms of salary, it's a lot. It is a lot. In terms of promises, Christ, we had to promise a lot, right? And this is problematic. I promised him a loan move. I don't know why he thought that would help in the. I don't know. Bringing a suitable signing to help him settle. Not done that yet. We've got 11 days, so got to work on that. He's the free kick taker. I've got to improve the training facilities, improve the coaching squad, make him play in his preferred position, advanced playmaker. He's loving that. We'll assign as the penalty taker, and I've promised we'll win the league, viewers. I think he thinks it's going to be this year. Why? He literally wouldn't sign unless I offered him everything. So it's a welcome to the team. Good though, isn't he? It's got 3 20s, and look at all the 19s. They're going to be 20s as well. I mean, goodness me. Oh, in the words of my friend Spencer Owen, don't forget to hashtag it. I mean, it's good, isn't it? Nice. Okay then. So right, next then. New plan. Let's introduce you to the rest of the team. I don't have to hide him anymore. It's kind of obvious. We've brought in a lot of other players. £63 million is left. £155 million has been spent. I streamed some of the transfer window. I didn't stream the signing of Joseph Abo. So if you watch that stream, hi. And we've brought in a lot of other players. Ishmael comes in from Real Madrid on loan. I mean, this is one hell. Do you know what? I realise this video is going to be long. We won't play Thames today. We'll play Thames tomorrow. This is a transfer bonanza. Ishmael comes in then, Brazilian, basically the backup to Ermintrout. He's probably better than Ermintrout, if I'm completely honest. In terms of attributes, raw attributes, he definitely is. Played for Real Madrid in La Liga last year. Scored 7 goals in 3 starts. Welcome Ishmael to the side. I think he's going to be quite good for his viewers. From Manchester United, Adrian Tom. The second bit, that's just letters. Good, really good central midfielder, actually. Fantastic physical, 6'2", brilliant mental attributes as well. 16.5k. That's a bargain at this level, really. He's had some loan spells elsewhere, whether that be in Poland or Scotland or at Sheffield Wednesday. He joins us then. We needed some strength in midfield. Juan Jose not only left us, but has gone to Tottenham. So that's annoying. Obviously, we had him on loan last year. So that's annoying. The loans don't end there. Julian, or is it just Julian Fernandez? Either way, again, another really good central midfield option. It's the one area I really struggle to buy players. I have spent a lot of money on a signing, which I don't think is that amazing. We'll get to it. Again, physically and technically really, really good. Mental's superb. So, I say technically really good. Mentally and physically really good. Technically, passing's great. Technique's great. A few of the others are a bit to be desired, I would say. But definitely a backup option that we're happy to have here. 37 grand a week. It's pretty reasonable, pretty reasonable. We're in the Champions League. We've had to do this. Will Jones, backup goalkeeper from Liverpool. Now, a goalkeeper was a big question. A lot of people in the comments were saying, get another goalkeeper in. Will Jones and Lewis Nee are very, very similar in what they offer as goalkeepers. So if it's not going great for Lewis Nee, well, guess what? We got Will Jones on a free transfer who's worth quite a lot of money. If one of them decides, I don't like it here anymore. We'll end up selling them for quite a lot of money. The best thing for me, 26 English, 25th English, or 25 English. Like, they're both of decent age. So there's definitely got a lot of longevity in them. And I'm sure one of them will sort of arrive as our goalkeeper, which is very exciting to see. The transfers don't stop there, though, viewers. Of course they don't. We've been exceptionally busy. Julius Dewitt, free transfer. 30-year-old Dutch international. I say international, should be an international in my book, but isn't. We basically needed someone to be a backup left winger out on that left-hand side. Of course, Agnonovic is already there. We needed somebody else. Julius Dewitt. Germany have finally loaded in, and players have become available. He's one of those. Decent average ratings, really good average ratings, actually, for decent performances for Frankfurt in Germany. I think a good addition on a free transfer. We'll take it. Looks very, very good. I guess we'll see how he does. His only problem is he's not natural at left wing, of course, and that's the role that we use. So we're trading him there at the age of 30. I hope he doesn't mind. Welcome, Julius Dewitt, which is definitely his real name, and I didn't add the Dewitt. Kyle Myers up next. Again, another free transfer. Not by me. The board don't know what they're doing. Welcome to Kyle Myers. I don't know why this happens all the time. And there's two of them. Why? I don't know. Okay, anyway. Juan Maddalena from River Plate, 4.5 million, rising to 5.5 million. An okay central defensive option. I don't think he's going to start, necessarily. I think he's just here to be the backup. Heading, marking, tackling, all decent. Concentration, anticipation, very good. Physically, really good, actually. Either-footed as well, so can play on either side of a defensive partnership. And that's kind of why he's here. That if we have injuries, if we have problems, he's the man that can step in. I wish he had a bit higher aggression, bravery, and work rate, but, you can't win it all. I think he's just going to be fine. And the thing is, we bought him for 4.5 million. You can see his value. Like, we might end up selling him on for far more than that. So I think it's just a decent addition, and you never buy a player from River and they're disappointing. So we'll take it. Carlos Gill up next. Rosenborg at 11.25, rising to 12.75. And in terms of defensive options, well, we stepped up a little bit. Acacio was playing there last season. He's kind of become the backup now as Carlos Gill comes in. The marking and the tackling stand out quite a lot, don't they? As do the agility and the strength and the physical attributes on this Colombian are really, really good. Work rate, again, could be a little higher, but could still improve at 21 and has got the potential to grow into still too. It has been a Goliath for Rosenborg. We bring him in at 11.5 million. It's a big transfer for us, remember. Joseph Fabo has sort of broken everything, but 11.5 million is a big outlay for me. One of our bigger signings. So, I like him. So we've brought in a right back. We've also brought in a left back. And this is where, again, things get quite exciting for me. He's 28 years of age. Eddie Elso. We talked about this on stream, and I forgot. And then it's been a few days, and I forgot. Eddie Elso comes in. Look at the state of it. I mean, goodness gracious me. Physically phenomenal, has got the work rate, tackling and marking really strong, crossing, dribbling decent. Again, £17 million is a massive transfer. I can't really overstate that. It's a massive transfer for us. But yeah, he comes in, he's worth far more. He may well end up getting a bigger move in the future, but yeah, delighted to have him. Makes it so much better. A 6'4" left back with those physicals. Oh, dearie me. More of a wing back, but again, we'll definitely be good at left back. I'm not worried about that. He's played there a few times already. He's great. Now, this one's weird. Georges and Gassam from PSG, 19.25 million. I don't know if this is good or not really. I'm very much on the fence. He's 22 years of age. You can tell by the current ability and potential ability. If you give any credence to that, then you probably aren't that impressed. But really good passing range, really good flair, great vision, great technique. Again, physically good. 6'6", and I thought a little bit more steel in the midfield, a little more strength, someone who offers something a bit different, right? He's basically my Yaya Toure, is what I've considered. A massive man that is technically great, so that's what we've gone for. I think the money we've paid is a bit much, but so far, 2 games, 1 goal, an average of 7.4. He's a fantastic signing, right, guys? Good. Okay, bit too much money? Yeah, probably. Then finally, I say finally, like he's not been introduced before. When you compare all of those players to a bow, there he is then. I don't know. He cost me 40 million up front. So the rest of it we have to pay for. So that while that says 155 million, it's actually more like, I don't know, 90 million? And then the rest of Bo's transfer will happen over the course of time. We've gone big. You can see there, based upon how much we spent in previous years to this year, I mentioned the idea of bringing in players for 19 or 17 million pounds is a lot of money. Like our previous biggest outlays, remember, Braziz was 13, Randrup was 13. Year before that was probably even less. I mean, Agonovic was quite a lot of money, but I think we can agree, good investment. Like, we've got in. So our team now looks more like this. Melon becomes the backup to everything else. Ibo comes in. If everyone's fit, Braziz plays next to Pintado. We now have fantastic fullbacks who prefer to be a little further ahead, but I think they're going to be fine at the fullback option. Midfield, we have loads of options now. Trout is still up front, of course. Randrup's on the right. Agonovic is on the left. And now Abo is the centrepiece to it all. What do you think? I'm so excited. I've been so excited to record this video. What do you think? I think we could do something pretty special. I mentioned before we've got a bit of an issue with the registration. I'm registering 22 players right now, and our 17 players of the foreign limit have been matched. So Guzman, who has been a pretty solid player for us in recent times, and you're right, I have brought someone in from River. Yeah, he's going to have to leave. The good thing about him leaving is it is for money. It is for £10 million, and we bought him for 6.5. So again, profit. So it's been weird. It's been weird. But again, what do you think then, viewers? Defensively, it looks weaker than it probably is. Joseph Abo has basically reset all the star ratings. It's one of the best attacks in the league, in my opinion. If Trout's not doing it, don't forget, Ishmael is ready to come in. It's quite fun, isn't it? So there we are. We've started the season pretty well. We will play Thames tomorrow, and we'll probably go into more detail about the fact that I'm now England manager. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, maybe not my best move. See you soon, everybody. What on earth? What a summer. What a summer.